Hi there, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be using Crayola's 100 piece set. I got this for about $15 at Walmart, but I think you can get it pretty much any craft store. I'm using these because I want to show you guys that it is possible to achieve the same look that I usually get with my Faber-Castell color pencils, but with Crayola or student grade color pencils. There's never really been a time in my life that I haven't colored. I've always used Crayola to color in my coloring books, so I have a pretty large collection, but I've given those to my kids. So I went out and purchased this new set because I thought it was a great place to start. It had tons of colors, metallic colors, colors that I haven't even really heard of before, and I just thought it would be easy for you guys to go out and find. For time's sake, you're going to see a little bit of cuts here and there. That's because I colored a few things on camera and then I colored the same ones off camera. So for instance, the poinsettia, I've colored maybe like one or two of them on camera and then I colored the rest of them off camera, and same with the holly. One thing to keep in mind when you're starting your coloring adventures is that you don't have to run out and buy hundreds of dollars worth of color pencils right off the bat. You can start with Crayola, get the basics down, get comfortable with the way that a color pencil works, and then go out and upgrade your color pencils. For me, this happened about exactly a year ago. I used Christmas money from last year to purchase my first set of Faber-Castell color pencils, and for me personally, there's no going back. One thing that you have to keep in mind when you're using coloring pencils like Crayola is that they are going to be a little hard, which means they're not going to blend as well or as creamy as your upgraded versions like Prismacolor or Faber-Castell. This means that you're probably going to want to start with your mid colors in a light pressure, and then you're going to build up from there. You're going to layer. You're not going to start off as hard as you can with the darkest color. That's going to cause problems in the future. If you're not sure which colors to use, do what I do sometimes. I go on Google Image and I pick out color schemes that I like. For example, in this there were a couple different color options for candy canes as well as the hard candy, and that's just what I Googled. And then I took that picture, found color pencils in my little box that matched, and then I went for it. Give yourself some slack. Coloring is all about the journey. It's not necessarily about the end result. If you enjoyed it, great. Go through it, go slowly, pick colors that you like, and eventually you'll find your own flow. It's been suggested to me that I create slower videos for you guys to follow along, and I am going to take that suggestion to heart. In the future, I'm planning to do another series, a more color along with me series, so there'll be parts 1, part 2, part 3 or so on a particular page, so you guys can color along with me, see how I go through my process of picking colors and how I use my color pencils to shade. The basics of what I usually pick are about 3 different colors. I use a bright color, a mid color in the same family, and a dark color in the same family. So for instance, if you see me coloring these leaves, I'll use a mid-level green, a highlight green, which is usually a brighter lime green, and a dark, maybe pine green or juniper green for my shadows. Lately I have been using black to fill in my shadows, but you do need to be careful because if you go too hard, it can be too dark. Don't be afraid to think out of the box. This is something that I myself am a little challenged on. I like to color things pretty much exactly as they are in nature or in real life, and that limits me. So definitely learn from my mistake and branch out. Don't just color things, the way that you think that they would be. Color them how you feel you want to color it. Another way to not limit yourself is to use mixed media. I've recently been exploring watercolors as well as acrylic paints inside of my coloring books, and this is something that I never would have thought of doing before. In the future, I'd like to get my hands on some paint pens and some gel pens and see how that goes. So don't be afraid to grab anything that you might have in your repertoire, glitter pens, and go for it. See what it comes out to be. Maybe you'll surprise yourself. So this is the last time that I'll be coloring Johanna Basford's Johanna's Christmas, probably at least until July. I may do a Christmas in July, I'm not really sure yet, but you'll definitely not really see this until at least next Christmas. I did also get a new action camera for Christmas, and I used it at the end of this video, so if you guys like that point of view better, let me know. If not, I can still use my regular camera, which is just a Canon. I very much enjoyed your guys' suggestions for different coloring books, and I have looked into quite a few of them, so I'm waiting until Hanukkah is over because my parents are Jewish and we haven't done a gift exchange yet. So if I don't get any new coloring books that I find pretty interesting, I may look into purchasing one or two of them in the future. So definitely keep those suggestions coming. I'd love to see what you guys are interested in watching. Honestly, I'm holding out for some Copic markers. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, hoping somebody out there loves me and will get me some Copic markers, because I have two coloring books that I really want to try out. It's definitely more of an anime style, and for some reason I feel Copic markers are perfect for anime style. Again, I am going to be doing a collection coloring book video. I'm just waiting until after the holidays to make sure I don't leave any of them out. So stay tuned for that one, as well as my new series, the Color With Me series. Thank you guys so much for hanging with me this month in Johanna's Christmas world. If you have any more questions or suggestions for coloring books, definitely leave me a comment down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. That way you can stay tuned in my new adventures. I'll see you guys next time.